We have all been there. Take out one of your favorite drams, you open it up, you pour yourself a wee dram, and you realize it's time to replace that whiskey. And of course, we go online and we say, hang on, this is about 15% more expensive than my previous purchase. Well, my dad used to say, doesn't matter the price, if you can find it, it is always a bargain. Well, welcome to the Whiskey Lovers Society with me, Gert Retief, and tonight we are talking about whiskey prices, prices going up. A lot of people are talking about the bubble is bursting, the bubble burst. Well, it seems that, that bubble doesn't burst. In any shop where I buy, prices keep on going up. And when they do have a sale or a special, it is a €1 or €2 discount. That is, for me, is not a sale. Now, before I started my whiskey channel over the last almost 5 years, it was a simple process. I had one or two favorite whiskies that I would buy. I always go back, I buy the same whiskey. I don't experiment, and it was most of the time blended whiskies before I moved to Belgium. That is the only affordable whiskey that you can get in South Africa. Those years, many years ago, single malts was still a rarity, and of course everybody gravitated toward the cheaper ones, Johnny Walker's, J&B, White Horse. Oh, I do like a good White Horse. It's still always part of the whiskey shelf for me. But now that I'm here in country, close to the source of all the wonderful whiskies, it is fantastic to sit back and just press a button and the next day they deliver it. So for the last 5 years, I am privileged in having the sources close to me, and just go across the border here in Netherlands. I buy most of my whiskies there, press the button, next day delivery, no mess, no fuss. But what I also realized, having moved here to Belgium, is that there is literally thousands and thousands of different whiskies. You do not need to stick to the same whiskey. If the prices go up, as an example, I have an 18-year-old GlenDronach here. When I bought it, I paid €68 for that bottle, and the prices now probably more than €200 for this bottle. Prices are going up and up, and at some stage it becomes unaffordable for me. So I came to the realization that maybe if you experiment, try it before you buy it, go to a whiskey bar, see what is on offer. You don't need to spend a fortune on a bottle that you might not like. Look at the bottle, taste it, and then decide if you want to spend your hard-earned money on it. And I am quite lucky. There is a couple of these online stores that supply you with a sample. Well, at a price, of course. Some of them can be cheap, €4.50, €5. Some will go up to €40, €50 for 5 centiliters or 50 milliliters. So it can be also quite expensive. But when you realize a bottle costs you €700-800, it gives you an opportunity to try something. Of course, you might not be able to buy it, but the world's your oyster, and I do like the idea of trying all these different samples. But that brings me back to my rant. Why am I talking? What am I talking about? Well, buying something that does not always need to be very expensive. There is a huge range of no age statement whiskies coming out. Now, funny enough, when I started my journey, a 10-year-old is that entry-level whiskey. A 10-year-old, at least in a single malt series, 10 years old is the standard, the common one, and then you move your way up. Now you have loads of whiskies, but they are actually more expensive, with no age statement whiskies that are more expensive than a 12, 15, sometimes an 18-year-old whiskey. I'm talking Octomore as an example. I do love them, but they are stupid expensive. No age statement whiskies. Yes, they are high ABV. They have all the phenols in the world, but it's still a no age statement whiskey. Now, a word of advice for you, if you are interested in it. Don't fall for the hype. Don't see somebody promoting something on YouTube, me included. Don't just accept my word that it is a fantastic whiskey. I fell for this numerous times in my life, where the big influencer whiskey review channel tells me that this is the best whiskey ever, and you're never going to find anything that's better than this one. I'm online, I buy it, I get it. I'm so disappointed in that whiskey just because I did not do my research. We don't taste the same. We don't have the same love. Some people love the Lefroy. Some people like the sherry whiskey. Me is one of them. Some people like the ex-bourbon. Some people like the Pedro Jimenez sherry. Some people like something weird, strange, different, new type of wood. That, my friend, is also something that I like. That little bit of a strangeness, that tasting something that is a little bit different, that makes you happy. Now, I know this is a long introduction, a long rant, but I sat back the other day and a lot of people were asking me, what is the cheaper whiskies that you enjoy? And the first one that came to mind, and I made a couple of suggestions to a lot of people, that the Johnnie Walker Blonde for me is absolutely fantastic. The green label is there. Johnnie Walker Green Label, really good. I really like it. But for me, sometimes a little budget conscious, I do like the blonde. Price-wise, let me just check here. Price-wise, you can still get it for 25 euros for the bottle. That is a bottle, and I thought when I'm going to make this video, I was looking for the bottle. Apparently, it's finished. Well, me and my son did have a couple of drams out of it. So definitely something that I enjoy. The lightness, the fruity flavors, that it is just a summer in a glass type of whiskey. And you don't feel bad if my son wants to make a cocktail or two. I don't care about that. It's a cheap whiskey, but it is a tasteful whiskey. Low ABV doesn't matter. It is all about drinking something that is enjoyable. We don't want to drink the expensive stuff all of the time. Well, I would like to, but definitely the budget is not going to allow for it. Quick sip. Now, this is something, the Spaben 10 years old, almost finished. Now, I wasn't a big fan when I opened up this one. It was a little bit, it felt a little bit rough around the edges, but it has settled down. The longer it's 1/4 left, but it's this appley note that just gets to me, that little sweet apple note. It is absolutely fantastic on the nose. Ex-bourbon cask, 10 years old, you cannot go wrong. 10 years old, not sure what the price is now going to be now. I will put it maybe here somewhere what the price will be now. 40% ABV, so it's not ticking any boxes, but nose-wise, love it. Taste-wise, It's not going to, well, you're not going to jump up and down when you taste this one. It's a little bit on the flat side, but let me try again. And that fruity, appley note, pear note, a hint of a toffee note, a little zesty note that comes through. Really a nice, well, summertime sipper for me. Now, I'm just going to mention maybe one or two other whiskies that I would definitely think it is a good buy. If you have a little bit of a budget in mind, prices went up, but not by much. And one of them is a little bit expensive. It's a 12-year-old Cardhu, a whiskey that I also enjoy. But it took me a while. As this one, the Speyburn, it took me a while to really enjoy it. In the beginning, it felt a little bit oaky. It just not, well, it was not ticking all the right boxes for me. But as I go through my journey of all the different type of whiskies, and sometimes I go back and I try it again, and I realize it is actually a nice whiskey. 45 euros, so it is one of the expensive ones in this list. Not a long list, so not going to make it a long video, but definitely something that I would enjoy, and I would encourage you to give it a try as well. If you can get it cheaper, I am in Belgium, so things are bloody expensive in general. The next one, and this is something that I could only get a sample. I've looked online now and I see it is available again. And so if you do a little bit of digging, you're going to find it, and it's a Cutty Sark Prohibition. Andrew, he sent me a sample some time ago, and I was so excited about it. Really, that is a whiskey. Price-wise, I see it's about 27 euros for this bottle, 50% ABV. No age statement whiskey, but it is a lovely whiskey. That's my type of whiskey. It is something that I could just gently sip all night, really having a fun time with this one. Now, I've had the original Cutty Sark many moons ago, was not super impressed with that. And I was not sure if I'm going to enjoy this Prohibition, but I saw so many people talking about it. Everybody's saying it is a fantastic whiskey. So the hype was there. And for once, that hype lived up to the expectations, and I was really impressed with it. Now, I'm definitely, here in Belgium, you're not going to get it. Even online in my normal stores, cannot find it, but I see UK, you buggers have still a lot of the stock left. So people that have access to it, please let me know how many bottles did you buy. Is this something that you keep on replacing? Well, and what do you think? Is it something that you would encourage other people to try? Now, the next one, and I think I'm going to stop with that one, is if you want a age statement whiskey, if you are into that little smoky whiskey, something that puts some hair on your chest, definitely try the Laphroaig. Now, I can still get the Laphroaig here in Europe or Belgium or just across the border. I can buy it for 35 euros. 10-year-old Laphroaig, 40% ABV, doesn't matter. It's that smoky, that strong smoke, deep smoke, 45 ppm parts per million on the phenol. That is something that all of the people that are deep into the whiskey journey, they are looking at me. Do you try? Do you try the smoky ones, the peaty ones? Have you tried Laphroaig? Everybody knows Laphroaig. Most people don't know how to spell Laphroaig, but that is the whiskey that I really enjoy. And if you spend a little bit more money and you like a little sweeter one, you go for the Sherry Cask or the Pedro Ximénez Sherry Cask, but it is a little bit more expensive. but it is a journey in after all. So my dear friends, quick advice for everybody. Expand your horizons. You might be looking at this video. This is the first time that you look at a whiskey review channel. Think, what is whiskey about? What is life about? And for me, life is experiencing all of the nice things. Whiskey is the same. Don't be bogged down by 1 or 2 bottles of whiskey. Go out, try something different, try something new, expand the palate. Find something that you like, and don't stop there. Go on and find something else. Loads and loads of whiskey out there. So thank you very much for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like a rant, leave a comment. Tell me the whiskey that you would never have bought, but find a sample or tried it somewhere and immediately decided, well, this is actually a good whiskey. So see you next time. Cheers.